Hello, welcome to Constitution Monday with Monday. Article 3 establishes the judicial branch of the United States government, the system of courts responsible for interpreting the law, resolving disputes, and preserving the rule of law in a constitutional republic. While Articles 1 and 2 create the legislative and executive branches, Article 3 ensures that both remain within their constitutional limits. A constitutional republic cannot survive without impartial judges, an independent judiciary, and a legal framework that protects rights from the shifting winds of political power. Article 3 provides exactly that. Section by section breakdown. Section 1, the judicial power and judicial independence. Constitutional text. The judicial power of the United States shall be vested in one Supreme Court, and in such inferior courts as the Congress may from time to time ordain and establish. The judges, both of the Supreme and inferior courts, shall hold their offices during good behavior, and shall, at stated times, receive for their services a compensation, which shall not be diminished during their continuance in office. What it means. Section 1 does three major things. Establishes the Supreme Court, the only court the Constitution requires by name. Allows Congress to create lower federal courts. This flexibility lets the judicial system grow with the nation. Provides life tenure for federal judges, good behavior. This protects judges from political pressure. Prohibits reducing a judge's pay. Another safeguard to ensure independence from Congress and the President. Why it matters to a constitutional republic. Courts must be independent, not instruments of political power. Life tenure ensures that judges can uphold the Constitution even when their rulings are unpopular. Judicial stability protects individual rights, property, and due process. Section 2, jurisdiction of the federal courts. Constitutional text. The judicial power shall extend to all cases, in law and equity, arising under this Constitution, the laws of the United States, and treaties made. To all cases affecting ambassadors. To admiralty and maritime jurisdiction. To controversies to which the United States shall be a party. To controversies between two or more states. Between a state and citizens of another state. Between citizens of different states. In all cases affecting ambassadors, the Supreme Court shall have original jurisdiction. In all the other cases, the Supreme Court shall have appellate jurisdiction. The trial of all crimes, except in cases of impeachment, shall be by jury, and such trial shall be held in the state where the said crime shall have been committed. What it means. Section 2 defines what kinds of cases federal courts can hear, including constitutional issues, federal laws, treaties, disputes involving the United States, disputes between states, disputes between citizens of different states, matters involving ambassadors and foreign ministers, maritime and admiralty cases. It also states, the Supreme Court has original jurisdiction in special cases, example, disputes involving ambassadors. All other cases reach the Supreme Court on appeal. Criminal trials must be by jury and held in the state where the crime occurred. Why it matters to a constitutional republic. Creates uniformity in federal law across all states. Prevents states from favoring their own citizens in disputes. Ensures fair resolution of interstate conflicts. Jury trials protect the people from government abuse. Geographic trials prevent unfair relocation of proceedings. This section keeps the judiciary grounded in neutrality, fairness, and constitutional principles. Section 3, Treason. Constitutional text. Treason against the United States shall consist only in levying war against them, or in adhering to their enemies, giving them aid and comfort. No person shall be convicted of treason unless on the testimony of two witnesses to the same overt act, or on confession in open court. The Congress shall have power to declare the punishment of treason, but no attainder of treason shall work corruption of blood, or forfeiture except during the life of the person attainted. What it means. The framers deliberately narrowed the definition of treason to prevent abuse. Treason requires levying war against the U.S., or Aiding enemies of the nation. Conviction requires 2 witnesses testifying to the same overt act, or confession in open court. Congress may set penalties, but punishment cannot extend to family members. Property cannot be seized after the traitor's death. Why it matters to a constitutional republic. Prevents political leaders from labeling opponents as traitors. Protects citizens from tyranny and political persecution. Ensures treason charges are used sparingly and legitimately. Upholds individual rights even in cases of grave offense. By tightly defining treason, the Constitution protects both national security and civil liberty. Why Article 3 is essential to a constitutional republic. 1. It ensures the rule of law. Courts interpret, not create, the law, ensuring the Constitution remains the supreme law of the land. 2. It checks the legislative and executive branches. An independent judiciary prevents abuses of power by Congress or the President. 3. It protects individual rights. Through judicial review, established in Marbury v. Madison, courts invalidate unconstitutional laws. 4. It maintains national unity. A federal judiciary ensures national legal consistency, preventing states from drifting apart. 5. It guards against tyranny. By restricting treason and protecting jury trials, Article 3 defends liberty even in moments of crisis. Conclusion: Article 3 completes the constitutional framework by establishing a judiciary that is independent, impartial, anchored in the rule of law, protective of individual liberties, empowered to uphold constitutional boundaries. A constitutional republic can only endure when the law, not political power, reigns supreme. Article 3 secures that safeguard, ensuring justice and liberty remain cornerstones of the American system of government. Thank you for watching, and as always, stay informed, stay free.